Right then. I think it's time for Monaco. Hopefully it's it. I think we're all live. It says it's come up on my own Twitch. And so that means, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to SLR Formula 2 Championship. Of course, it's a little bit different from what we have normally. We've got the Formula 2 cars as we've been doing for the last 2 seasons. And I'm your host, SLR Owen, and joining me today is Mr. SLR Jord. How are you today, Jord? And how are you looking forward to today, mate?
Bad, mate. I'm looking forward to actually seeing and commentating over my first F2 race, to be honest. It's not something I normally do, but first time for everything now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a bit new to it myself, actually, to be fair. I haven't watched all that, or I haven't commentated all that many F2 races. I mean, I competed in it last year, which is shocking. And then I think I only did the pre-season race this year in commentary, and that's about it. So, yeah, I know the cars, but other than that, I don't really know a massive amount. But still going to be perfect. I've got confirmation of the weather report, and it's going to be dry all the way. So, yeah, any names you're looking out for? I'm kind of just on a blank screen at the minute, but I think that's because it's one-shot quali, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I've got the screen at the minute.
Here we go.
Here we go.
They're all coming through. Let's get on board with Zydrad, the current championship leader. Only rightly that we do so. Get the telemetry up as well, while I say that. And everyone's on the super soft tyres, which I don't think they're a thing in 2020 at least. Hopefully they were in the 2019 season. As, yeah.
It's interesting to
see.
see.
Through the startup.
Sorry to cut you up there. It's interesting to see some of these tyre colours I've never... It's a complete new world to me, but that is a tyre colour. I'm assuming that's the super soft or some variant?
Yeah, it is. That's what I was kind of a bit startled about when I saw it for the first time as well. I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, because I'm so used to those.
Season. I'm pretty sure they only have
blue,
2
green, white.
tyre compounds.
Well, that's going to affect baggy lap time.
Contact with the wall. He is at the back at the minute, so that's fair enough. But that would probably be due to that. It's going to be close. Oh, Zydrad hits the wall a little bit there, just on the exit of the swimming pool. 3 rats, Cassie goes. Gone down to first gear there as well. Maybe just riding on board here with the current championship leader might help you out in your time trials and all sorts. If you're watching, and JH gets pole position. Div 1 driver. He gets pole position from UK Beast Assassin. And I believe Darnell was P3. P5 for the championship leader. You would not expect that. And he is really walking it as well, must be said, is Zydrad. So, yeah. Oh, he's got P4. Never mind. I'm chatting at my ass. Right, okay. JH takes pole position. We've got UK Beast Assassin. Just 400ths off of him. 700ths off of pole time is Darnell. And then it's Zydrad in P4. We've got Nikki, Race Roller, Smoke, Ham Jam, Silly Bunny, Bennett, Craftiest Jester, Mercs, Liam, Southerners, Rockamad, Scopes, Sem, Wiggy, Baggy Fan, and SLR McEwen. And those bottom 3 were the last 3. Well, they didn't set a lap time. They got disqualified. Assuming that would be for maybe hitting a wall, because I know you can get your lap invalidated if you do that. Notice to Little Wiggy, it's his debut in SLR overall today. He was tested, I believe, last night or the night before. And he's joining overall this weekend. So good luck to him in his very first race. I believe he's a Div 1 driver. I think he's been brought in and he's a Div 1 reserve. So yeah, congratulations to him, and hopefully we'll see something good for him. Something else to note is Ham. Of course, he's currently championship leader in Elite. It's his return to F2, because I know he's backed out of his full-time seat, and because he's just been a bit busy, but he can make it today, and that is what he's doing. And he's going to have a little race. Is there anyone you're excited on? Started looking forward to for today?
To be honest, I'd like to see what Zydrad can do in an F2 car. Because I've been in a few cheeky 5-lap hoppers with Zydrad. Quite fast. And yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see what some of these drivers can do in an F2 car, really, for the first time. It's obviously the first time I'm seeing any F2 action this year, really, on Formula 1 2020. So yeah.
we've had some conversations with Zydrad before. We have we know for a fact that he is an F2 world record holder at some of the tracks, which is quite interesting. Like just on the time trial, you can see that he'll be top of the leaderboard. I think in some tracks. I think I remember him saying. I want to say he got the China record at some point, but he might not be. Might be wrong. Yeah, we can see there's just a couple tyre changes. Of course, first feature race. This is full. The top 10 will get the points, and it's the same points as you would in F1. And as you can see, a couple tyre changes because there will be a mandatory pit stop. And as you probably, as you might know, you might not know, you get, I believe it's the end of lap, after the end of lap 3, you then are allowed to take your mandatory pit stop. If you do it before the end of lap 3, then you, I should say before the 4th lap, I believe you have to pit again, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know whether that's a rule in the actual F2 in real life or if it's just in the game. But JH is kind of shot off on the formation lap.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was questioning myself if I was a formation lap. He's that.
I know, but him and Beast have kind of shot off from the rest of the pack. Very fast formation lap.
Trying to make a statement for everyone here, just to be like, this is the pace, guys. This is just an information.
Yep. JH is impressed this year in the Mercedes in Div 1. I think a lot of people are probably expecting a little bit more from him to be there, but yeah, I wonder, has there been a little bit of an incident at the back, do you reckon? Because I'm just seeing that a couple of guys are a bit far back. I think
just having
maybe
a little
Bennett has gone round. I can't quite
any
tell.
Damage on anyone's car?
There won't be damage on the formation lap, but it just looks like somebody may have to perform a little bit of a walk of shame through the track. I think we might be alright, but I think it was Rockamad that went round, that had a little bit of a gear going around. There he is, he's just coming up to his grid slot now. I think he was just a little bit earlier than what he should have been. Or he was maybe, I think Scopes had overtaken him or something. But
I was setting up.
Here we go. We're going to get a good formation. There we go. That's a good start. 5 red lights are out. Are they? Yeah, there we go. They were out a bit earlier for me.
Bit of a delay, yeah.
But it's a great start from JH, and then even better start for, I believe that's Zydrad.
Oh, there's some damage. There's some end plates coming off here.
Oh, Nicky's just had a bit of oversteer. Pretty much just gone straight into smoke. At least I thought it was smoke, but it doesn't look like it from a... Never mind, I might be wrong. Seems like there's a few cars just ghosting through. Here we go. I think some of the...
see with the damage.
Race roll.
Some more damage at the back here.
Seems. Oh yeah, I just saw someone going to the back. Oh, someone. I think it was Ham. Just got turned in on a little bit.
Southerners and Scopes have all. They've both just received penalties. Oh, Rockmad's received. There's a few penalties rolling out already.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who's Oh, let's see. Southerners is. Has he got any damage? He's a bit far back. Same with McEwen, but I think that might have just been where they started.
Oh, yeah, Rockmad's got a missing front end plate.
Ooh.
Believe.
Really rubbish camera.
Yeah,
I can't see any front. I can't see any front ends. Right, here we go.
Okay, so McKeon is definitely losing a front right wing end of his plate. So he may have had some contact somewhere. Back. Really difficult to see with these F2 front wings because they're so.
It really is.
They're just so. The way they're made, they're built is so much different to the. Oh! Nice little bumper contact with Southerners and Crafty there. Little love tap in the rear.
Oh, Bennett's gone into the pits. Oh, wait, that's not going to work.
Yeah, we've got a few.
There we go.
3 in the pit.
A couple of guys just pitting. Yeah, McEwen seems to have had a bit of damage as well. Southerners doesn't have a front end plate, and we have gone green. Darnell's got a healthy lead in the Campos in front of the MP Motorsport car of Darnell, followed by the Carlin, the Uni Virtuosi cars. So good to see that Beast is actually one of the only drivers that has stayed in the same car. Yeah, he was lucky to be drawn in literally the exact same car, the same number 7 Uni Virtuosi as he finished last season with. But yeah, you see a solid P4 for him. I think the times are a little bit glitched because it says technically he's ahead.
Yeah,
at the minute,
I was
but
getting
he
that.
isn't. But only technically, I guess. And it's I think it's just frozen as it is as well. He gets right up to the close of the.
Oh, but mine
the
is
old
mine is
Zydrad.
moving around. Apparently, though, according to mine, that JH is a 1 minute 32 ahead of Darnell, which is completely not the case. So
1 minute 32. Oh,
yeah.
Zydrad's just understeered into the wall. Just just from there, coming out of the swim pool chicane, he's just had a little bit of a slide, and into the pits he shall go. And Beast takes the P3.
Ooh.
So very solid there. And oh yeah, I see what you mean now. From it then, it said he was a lap ahead of Darnell, but I must say, JH is absolutely walking it. He's had a quality start to the race as the Campos driver. 3-second gap already, and that does look like a legitimate 3-second gap. I'm seeing if Beast is right on the back of Darnell. I wonder if Darnell's maybe picked up a little bit of damage, but doesn't. It looks like he might have a little bit of end plate damage. I can't quite tell. We're going to be seeing a lot of damage this week. It is the crown jewel of the circuit as it is, but
it's a very wide turning from... Who is that?
Beast and Darnell going side by side.
Yeah, Darnell's got a bit of damage on this. Yeah, he went really wide in the hotel section.
Yeah, in the hairpin. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. Right, we can go to... I think position change. We've had enough of that now. Let's have a look at some tyres. But some very decent movers already. I will just go back so we can just see. Merckx is up 4 positions and he's currently on the reverse grid pole. We've got Scopes is up into the points from P16. He's had a really good start, and as we know, he had a cracking time out in Zandvoort. Not so much in Spain, but still a very solid season so far for Scopes.
Got one hell of a DRS tree.
The rest of the grid.
Yeah, from Darnell down
that?
as far as...
Oh wow, yeah, you can just see it as they come up the hill. Down towards Casino Square. Let's get some tyres out instead. Just trying to see if I can find somebody else that might be a bit of interest in position, really.
I mean, City Bunny is 9th, and he's on a soft tyre, so he didn't start on the super softs like the majority of the table. So it's going to be interesting to see now. Obviously, when everyone on the super softs goes to the soft, he bounces to, I'm going to assume, the super soft. So depending on obviously if there's any safety car, or even a virtual safety car, if he times it and gets it right, if he can get his pit strat right and get a potential undercut on some of the drivers, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, we had a very good little side-by-side moment there, just coming out of the hairpin from Nicky and Ham. And it looked like Ham might have just gone for another move in coming out of the tunnel. There we go. Couldn't remember what it was called. But in the end, it is not. And Silly Bunny is right on the back of Merckx. As you say, on the harder compound tyres, he'll be looking for... He's almost like an alternate strategy compared to the other driver in the ART. But he's right on the back of Merckx. Could he perhaps make a move? I think Merckx had a slightly better exit. Even though Silly Bunny looked a bit more stable, he might have just been a little bit later on the throttle.
Silly Bunny is
he can spin out very
flying.
easily. Oh, as I say that, he almost puts it into the barrier. As we ride on board with him. Race Roller's right near the back of Darnell now as well. Of course, we know he's got damage. Could he perhaps send it down here? He's just going to stick behind him, pressure him to go wide. Maybe some tactical driving here from of course, the new elite man as he has been moved up. As we said on the side pod, we've had a few driver moves over the course of this last week, and the Race Roller was one of them. Just in the F1, of course, we've only got one division in F2, and this is it. Funny enough, but just riding on board, seeing if we can get anybody.
So the boys are in Brockman and McKeown seem to be having a miserable race tonight. They're both in the pits.
Yeah. That's McEwen's second pit stop, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Still in the race, though. You never know. It's Monaco. Literally anything could happen.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I think McEwen might have just been lapped. He's going to be very close, and JH has come out in front of McEwen.
Oh, there's a spin. And Scopes has spun.
Scopes has gone. Where's that? That's at Raskas, isn't it?
Yeah, right at Raskas.
With Baggy.
I was me thinking he'd have gone into the pits and... Oof.
He's gone. Baggy's gone into the pits as well. In fact, it looked like Baggy had a bit of wing damage as well. Just as we go in to the pits. I just want to ride on board with him just so we can see whether they are going to get a wing for him. Yes, they are. Right, that's confirmed what we thought. And JH is an absolute stonking lead. And as long as him and Beast don't make up any, don't do anything stupid, they've got a clear 1-2 in the bag here. Quite frankly, well, it's not exactly a 1-2, but they'll be clearly first and second for the Campos and the Uni, respectively. Their teammates are not doing so well. Well, to be fair, Wiggy is a reserve driver, but he's in P10 at the minute, so decently solid from him. Scopes hasn't lost too much, to be fair to Scopes, so he's come out just ahead of Ham, and yeah, so well, let's say just ahead, a few seconds ahead, and he's in a solid P11, so he could definitely still have a chance of points. Of course, a lot of the guys are still to pit as well. So we just look at stops, as I can confirm. Oh, we've had a few changes. That's Darnell and Nicky coming into the pits. That'll be Darnell will be changing his front wing, so we expect him to drop back a little bit. And yeah, as I was confirming, the other MP Motorsport car is coming. Oh, Scopes is just coming for a second. Oh no, I thought he hadn't pitted. I was wrong. I thought
yeah,
he pitted.
He was going to pit. I thought he would have pitted when he hit, because he was basically right at the entrance for pit entry. So I don't know.
Yeah, the Dams drivers are doing all right as well, because I believe they're struggling a little bit in the championship so far. And I know Smoke hasn't had the best of luck this season, considering how much we know how good a driver he is. Yeah, solid P4 for him at the minute. He's just over a second, maybe just under a second. He's right on that border of DRS from Race Roller. So we shall see how he goes with that. As
he's going to rejoin into some traffic. Oh, and his contact over the pit exit. Oh my goodness.
Where's that?
Alright, a pit exit. Scopes just come out of pit and collided with Baggy. There was a bit of wheel contact on exit.
Was there any damage taken from that? Oh, Scopes has a loose back end there. Is Rockemad going to go for the dive? He's going to go for it. That was very close to a very bad accident, but Scopes managed to save it, and he keeps that position ahead. As we've got the likes of Beast pitting, we've got Race Rollers pitted as well. As you can see, don't really need to see people going into pits. It means we assume JH will be pitting soon, as in fact McEwen is still challenging him for the position. And in fact, he might actually get ahead and unlap himself. Looks like the MP Motorsport will do so. Avenge his teammate maybe from the fact that he could get there. But of course, he's going to get blue flags very soon, and so you'd expect that he might have to succeed that position yet again. But he will pull away, and maybe just we'll see JH pit very soon, which may bring McEwen back into it. If we had maybe a safety car just after, then McEwen's hopes may just be saved.
And there's plenty of time for a safety car. There's definitely plenty of time for one.
Yeah.
So,
got 4 drivers left to pit: the 2 Dams and the 2 Campos cars. So, well, I wouldn't expect us to see any double stacks, but we shall see. There's about a 4-second gap between the 2 Dams cars, and that's the smallest of the 2. In fact, as I say that, JH is pitted. We said I did have a feeling that he might pit soon, and that he does. I can't really get where I want to. We'll just see what the other guys do. I'd expect maybe Smoke will pit as well, and then Bunny and Wiggy will carry on.
Yeah,
as they do.
I think
so. Silly Bunny will take the lead. Be interesting to see where Beast comes out of this. As we got Nicky is very close to the back of Race Roller as well, just coming through.
JH is in the pits. He's just come out. Well, in second. Gee, that's a really good. He's done that well.
Yeah, he's had an absolutely blinder of a race so far. Oh, it seemed very close there between Nicky and Race Roller. Was Nicky is also one of the drivers. They go side by side up the hill, down into Casino Square, and it looks like Nicky's going to get that move as they go through the hill. They do continue to go side by side, but now it's going to be close as they collide a little bit, and the contact system in the game has frozen Nicky a bit wide. He goes over the bump and concedes that position yet again. He is back behind Race Roller.
coming down into the hotel and I was keeping my eye on Bennett and Darnell. Not Bennett, sorry, Bennett and Merckx. They're not too far from Zydrad and Nikki, so...
Yeah, if the likes of Nikki and Race Roller continue to battle, that could definitely bring everyone a bit closer together. And that's around that, around that reverse grid pole position, which of course is P8. But we'll see. Nothing's confirmed as yet. As I say, we're only 9 laps in. We're not even halfway into this race yet.
See, Darnell has got some serious pace on Bennett. He seems to be catching him out of some of the corners. He's really just nipping away at the milliseconds.
Oh, a bit of a slide out of the final corner.
Goes to the commentator, as they say.
Beast is past Wiggy. Where would that have been? That was just through Casino Square. Just by the look of it. And
honestly,
yeah, maybe Beast will try and push on.
Question for everyone and the viewers here: who thinks that the F2 cars sound a little bit nicer than the Formula 1 cars? I don't know, something about the F2 cars. I quite like it.
There is something about them; they do sound quite good.
Don't get me wrong, the F1
Rockamad's
cars
gone, and he's DNF. So our first DNF at Monaco isn't in the barrier; it's in the pits. So that's quite interesting. It's a surprise, really, more than anything, I'd say. We'd expect our first DNF to really be in a barrier, but that is not the case. JH is actually right on the back of Silly Bunny, so I will just try that, as they are also with Scopes as well, who's a lap down. So they're all trying to battle, trying to stay in position. It's not looking good for Scopes, as he's had to...
No.
Is that one stop, or... Oh no, he's had a second stop as well as Scopes, so that's why he's so far down. And I just have a slight feeling that his race might just be over, because it's going to be very hard for him to unlap himself, to be honest. Even though, of course, it will just be down to pace because of ghosting. Oh, Sam has binned it. He has binned it. See if I can quickly get down there.
Yep, there's been a crash down
looks like it's through the swimming pool.
Yeah, through swimming pool. I think he carried a bit too much speed and hit the wall, and it just... Well, you know what the walls are like. They don't like cars.
I don't know where it was. Was it just coming out of the exit of the kind of? The
yeah. So when you come out of the tunnel, you've got that left, and then it sweeps right, and it sweeps left. As it sweeps left, it comes back right again through the start of the swimming pool. You must have.
I think you can kind of see in the tyre marks. It's gone maybe he's just caught a curb and just gone a bit too far left and took himself, unfortunately, out of the race. Have we got a safety car or something? Oh no, it was a VSC.
Virtual safety car.
Oh, and Beast has got a drive-through. That's massive for the race. I think that all but confirms JH really to win.
JH just take a bit of his front wing off on Silly Bunny's car.
I
saw a bit of... No, he didn't. I saw a bit of debris just flying around. I was watching someone else, and I thought, that really could have put a spanner in the work.
Scopes really have a good clatter against that final corner. Yeah, Beast has pitted because he's just been given a drive-through penalty, so that is horrible news for him, because he looked very certain for a P2. And speeding under VSC is not what he wanted. He's probably in a really dodgy position as well.
Oh, there's a contact.
Come out.
Oh. My goodness, Nicky was so close. It was close. It was wheel to wheel in turn 1. Too wide in turn 1. It was close. That was really close. These two are pushing.
And Bennett is going side by side on the run up the hill. He's going to try and move around the outside. Is the actually the elite driver. He's no longer Div 1. Oh, he's hit the back of Bennett here. This is you can see the pace difference almost, but Bennett, as we know, Bennett is competitive in these F2 cars. Even if he's a Div 2 driver, he's 2 divisions lower than Darnell. And yeah, they're just slowly catching up to Merckx as well. Yeah, they're just sitting there nicely, and currently Beast is in that reverse grid pole.
Looks like Darnell was eyeing up a move in the tunnel then, but just decided to not.
Here we go.
Oh,
he's going to send it down here though. Oh, he cuts the corner for good measure, but that is going to be that. And in fact, he gives the position back. Fair move there from Darnell. Yeah, clearly a good sportsman. He realised that was a bit too late on the brakes. He's cut the corner, and there he goes. it gives the position back. So good racing there and fair racing there. As Zydrad pits and Beast will overtake him. Is that Zydrad for some damage? I don't think it was. No, I think it's just a pit there, and Zydrad's going to go on for a set of the super softs.
Goes down the inside again.
When you go for fastest lap.
Oh my goodness! Oh, the contact!
Oh, they're close. They're very close indeed.
These
Why
two
are
are
these
having
camera angles so bad?
Really intense battle. Turn 1 is... If these two stay like this again to turn 1 again on the next lap, I can honestly say that's going to be an interesting watch to see where...
Yeah, and they've got a massive train forming behind them. The more they're battling... I said they were catching up to Merckx. Merckx has now dropped a second to them. And so you can just see him up the road there. And there is a train forming behind them. As Callum has gone, he's retired in the pits.
Yeah.
That's the race over for McEwen. And it looks like Darnell's got a slightly better run going through the tunnel. Is he going to go for a move where he did it last time? He's going to go around the outside this time. That means Bennett's going to have a confusing line. Oh, he tries to switch back. It's not going to work. Oh, he's hit the barrier. That's horrid.
There's some damage to some cars there.
Move there.
I think a couple of cars took some damage.
Yeah, I think Crafty hit the back of him. Wiggy's in the pits, and I believe there is another VSC. It's not come up on my stream. It's not come up on my stream. Again. On my screen, I should say, but now Beast is up into P6, so as long as he doesn't speed under this one as well.
There's a lot of people in the pits
there. Yeah, there are a lot of people pitting it. Smoke will come through, and it will take possibly P8. It's going to be close between him and Wiggy. No, Wiggy's going to have it by about 3 seconds. I thought it might be closer than it was. But a lot of these guys will be coming in for softs. And we go green again. And JH and City Bunny are very close. And it looks like they had a little bit of contact as they were coming just through the end of just before they're coming to the tunnel. So just at the end of Sector 1, roughly through Sector 2. But JH has finally got past City Bunny. He's lost quite a bit of time to Ham in doing so. But the Campos driver is in the lead and he's been released.
Ham's come back into this race because these two have been battling so intense that he's just been picking away and he's got right in it. Look at it. One wrong move now from JH to City Bunny and it could change everything.
Yeah, you see City Bunny pulls into the pits. That's his one and only pit stop that he'll be doing. He'll be going on to the Super Soft, so we could watch out for him to perhaps do some interesting moves later on. And as I say that, we've got can Ham perhaps just push on and try and get past the Campos driver. We'll see how he goes as his teammate is just on the other side. As his teammate is still battling with Nicky, as they have for quite a while. Yep. To be fair, they've been very close. Not quite as long as a while as Bennett and Darnell were, but
an interesting battle
here. Quite close as well.
Middle of the pack, 8th with Smoke and Wiggy.
Yeah.
Wiggy's just pigging away at his. Silly came out
right on the back of Merckx. Is he going to go for it? He's not going to. He's going to just sit behind him. Good driving there. I know. I believe he does real racing in real life. I think he said he races Mini Coopers in real life.
Who's that?
Is Wiggy.
Is he?
And
that's mad.
Yeah, Wiggy races him in real life, and he was telling us about it in his whatever it was in his test, and so he clearly knows his racing techniques, and so he'll be using them to good use around the streets of Monaco, I'm sure. As you can say, we're doing it at night, which is definite. Always he hits the back of that there. If you didn't know, we are doing all our races at Monaco at night. At least we should be.
Yeah,
Continue to see Nicky right at the back of Race Roller for this final podium position. This will be for position as well, and he's got a lot better run. Coming to turn on. Oh, they came very close as Race Roller just tried to almost cut him off. Nicky has a bit of oversteer and a lot of oversteer there. The tank stapper comes out, and Max is a better run, it seems, on Wiggy. I love saying Wiggy. I don't know why I said so.
Yeah, just lovely. Just say Wiggy. I think everyone.
Yeah, Wiggy sounds nicer.
Having a hell of a battle right now though with Mix.
Yeah. He's the man to look on board with, really. As both of them are really rubbish.
Nice little battle here now with Race Roller. You got Nicky. Beast Assassin's not far off behind them. 3 of them going through the
Yeah,
tunnel now. There's a bit of a
Beast is
gap.
slowly having a shot of being in that podium position again. He was clearly in P2 and had a bit of he had a problem under the safety car. Got that. Oh yeah, Nicky picking up that penalty is going to be even more, big. I guess you say even bigger for the chance of a podium. That could be his chance of a podium gone. I don't know what race rollers' penalties are like, but we'll have to see. We've got 5 laps left, if my maths are correct, because we've just started the 17th lap. And
4 laps
Jake's
to
the
go.
man starting.
I believe.
Well done. Yeah, great maths. Mercs and Wiggy are going side by side.
Oh.
Somewhere they were, at least. I think Wiggy maybe sent for it at Rasgas. He didn't take it. And Wiggy and Race Roller got proper nose to tail as they come through Casino Square. And Race Roller's just going to have a better exit as Nicky picks up some wheel spin. Beast is now closing in on them.
Yeah,
and
he's closing in quick.
Eyeing up that podium position. As yet again, it's a toss-up as to who we should look at between. Is it going to be Wiggy and Mercs? As yet again, they're very close, just going through the same section. So we'll just have to go through all the overtaking points as you would. As could we see one here? You say Beast is right on the back of Nicky now as well. So this is going to be a fantastic 3-way battle for the final podium position between all 3 different teammates as well. So could we see a double ART podium?
Pending now on.
We have maybe.
If everyone keeps themselves on the track now, and there is no incidents, no more VSC, we could be in for an interesting finale. But if there is another VSC and everyone rebunches again, it's going to throw a spanner in many of these drivers' works. So.
Yeah, definitely. That's always the case in any race. The safety car can really ruin some guys' races. Here we go. It's yet again Wiggy on Mercs. As he still nose to tail. Literally, he's right on his bumper. You can't get any closer as they go through turn 1. Into Saint Devot. First, I'm trying to remember as many turn names as I can. I didn't really search them up beforehand. I probably should have.
There's a
maybe
lot.
If I'm commentating on Sunday or maybe tomorrow night, if I am doing over there. I know I'm possible, but not definite. It could be us 2 again tonight. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Unless as smoke
there's a big crash
to join.
at turn 1. There's 2 cars reversing backwards.
Oh, it's the
Darnell
two brothers.
and
It's the Darnell and Southerners. The brothers have come together. That's horrid to see as we see Darnell with barely any wing.
I wonder who's going to be the
blue
first
unit,
person.
I guess you could say. He will be the red unit soon. They have already confirmed that for whenever they decide if we're going to change straight away to the 2020 cars. When they do come out, we're not quite sure because this is the 2019 grid, I should say. As Wiggy picks up a penalty, that could be his chances of the reverse grid pole gone, as they do have smoke right behind him. And that has become a 3-way battle now as well. So it's really tight just throughout the grid. And it looks like Nicky's just dropped off a little bit from the back of Race Roller, but Beast will be right there as well with him. But we're going to ride on board with these 3. Going through, not ride on board because none of these angles are very good.
Yeah, they're not that great. I've noticed.
Square.
I've just been using the broadcast camera, letting the camera flick through, just really because the other camera angles aren't that great.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. As Beast and Nicky in the Arden and the Univirtuosi, who is going to get the better? I've always had the age-old question: is it Univirtuosi or is it UNI Virtuosi? I don't know, but
that's a good question.
Darnell pits, Southerners stays out.
Beast Assassin was very lucky to keep that in control, and he tapped the back end of Nicky and almost spun on the home straight. So it's really just really
shows why he is in elite. He has got wing damage though. he has picked up a little bit of end plate damage on his right front. So he'll just be hoping to stay with Nicky and Race Roller, as we have 2 laps left of the race. I say that, but Ham is actually closing on JH now. They
the battle for
the lead of the race is going for it.
The battle for 6th, I believe. Yeah, the battle for 7th, 7th to 9th. 3 at the moment are Lip and Tuck. JH with a 3-second penalty. JH
with a penalty, that's massive for the race. Possibly the race win for JH. He's absolutely had a blinder of a race as we're riding on board with his Campos teammate. But that's massive really there. For JH, he might lose the win to Ham now because of that penalty. As Beast picks up a penalty now as well, so that's heartbreak on what is the final lap of the race now. At least it definitely is for Ham and JH. And I believe the other guys that are looking for that podium are going to be vying for it. I wonder if Ham's maybe heard over the radio. We never know if. Well, that's always a good question. Maybe he's found out that JH has got the penalty. Whether he's going to continue to push on this final lap or not.
Definitely worth it. He's got the time. The time is... I mean, if he just keeps it together now and just keeps a nice steady flow, he's fine.
Yeah. Definitely.
Keep it together.
And the battles continue down the field. Zydrad, it looks like he'll get a point in the streets of Monaco now. That looks almost certain. Unless maybe he's sticking there, so maybe penalties might see him near the front of the grid for the reverse. The reverse grid. Of course, top 8 as Wiggy and Smoke go side by side through the casino square. Smoke picks up a bit of dirty air, swings the back end almost, and it looks like that's his. Almost like you say that's his chance of that P8 gone. It's definitely his chance of P7 gone from Mercs, but it looks like Wiggy's going to be the man. Of course, this is all on track, as I believe the front 2 are very close. So you're finishing the race. There goes the top guys.
There's a spin in the
JH stays the same. He takes the win over Ham. Hannah had the penalty as well. So all we were saying about it is wrong. And there's the next, like, who's going to get the final podium position. Race Roller picks up 3rd. It looks like it will continue to be Roller. It'll be Roller, Nicky and Beast. And then we go back down the rest of the field, and it looks like they've stopped. Oh, I think Wiggy had a bit of a problem. It looks like he's had a spin.
Spun in the just coming into the tunnel. He did a bit of contact and spun. So I think he's just trying to save his 10th place now at this point. Yeah.
Well, if he does that, he'll get his point. And it looks like Smoke's going to be the man on reverse grid pole. Instead, it's Zydrad. Zydrad is going to get the reverse grid pole. He's going to snatch it off Smoke on penalty. So that's massive for Zydrad and his championship as well. So it looks like it could be, unless he does anything stupid, it's going to be Zydrad that he'll take. He should want, and he should be expecting them ready to go for it. As in fact, Bennett goes for a move there and Crafty. It's not going to beat. And the Charoos and the, I believe it's the other Carlin, they've just gone for it at the end, and there we go. So, as Bennett looks like he just overtook him actually for P12. So, driver of the day is going to be Little Wiggy according to that, but of course the admins shall decide it. In fact, I believe we're supposed to decide who gets it, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't you say your driver of the day? I'll nominate you for this one. As, you don't have too many guys in chat.
I gotta be honest, I would go for JH for this one, just because he's led all the way. He pitted and came out. I think he came out 3rd.
Second.
Second, yeah, came out 2nd and has taken the lead again. Even with a penalty, still managed to win the whole race. So yeah, I'd have to give it to JH.
Yeah, very solid race for JH. I think if I remember rightly, he got a win last time out, or at least I know he got one. He got driver of the day, driver of the week last week.
Wiki though,
because of course you do it over 2 laps. So it's going to be JH takes the win over Ham, and it's Race Roller finishing off the podium. We've got Nicky, Beast Assassin, City Bunny, Mercs, Zydrad on reverse grid pole. We've got Smoke, Liam, Little Wiggy in P11. We've got Bennett in P12, Craftiest Jester in P13. 14th is Southerners. Baggy, Darnell, Scopes, McEwen, Sem, and Rockomad. Of course, the bottom 3 didn't finish the race, so they'll be starting at the back of the grid. Big note, of course, to the big crash between the two brothers. They'll be starting much further back than they would have wanted. And I must say, Liam did very well not to pick up a penalty, because that means he was running about P11, if I'm not mistaken. And he jumped both Smoke and Little Wiggy on penalties and got P9. So he'll be in a decent starting position for the race, even if they, even though it's the top 8 that's going to be reversed. So it'll be Zydrad on par. I believe Merckx is going to be in P2, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be maybe an interesting battle, because they're both elite drivers. And it seems Zydrad hasn't had as much practice. Maybe he just doesn't feel as confident around here as he does some of the other tracks on the calendar.
I did notice though, Wiggy in that last round came from 18th on the grid. From 18th, and this track, as many of you know, is not the track you can really pass people on. It's possible, but it's not easy. And it's quite dangerous on some of the corners, so that's impressive from Wiggy. I'll be keeping an eye on that.
So yeah, it will be Zydrad from Merckx as our top 2. It'll be Silly Bunny and Beast Assassin in 3rd and 4th on the second row. It seems we've got who else we have. Let's see if I just make sure I've got everything right. Got some tyre choices. So a couple of the guys will be looking to pit. Some of them won't be. 15 laps should be enough for these guys. It goes Beast Assassin in P4. We've got Nicky. Of course, Nicky and Beast and Race Roller had a really good battle towards the end of the last race. And Race Roller will be in P6 with his teammate in the other ART not far behind Ham in P7. JH, after the win, he'll be in P8, so a very good race out and be our driver of the day on what would technically be the Saturday, and we're now on the Sunday race. Smoke is in P9, and we've got Liam in P10, Wiggy in P11. Just to see those cars coming through. It wasn't the nicest way of coming through them, but it was alright. As Baggy and Scope seem to have come together, they've gone to the back of the grid. Bennett is going to be in P12. Craftish Jester in P13 in what I believe is the Cheroos. I'm correct in saying that. Southerners in the other UNI or Uni, whatever you want to say. It's the Virtuosi car, so I'm just going to say the Virtuosi now. It's the yellow car. It looks quite nice, that yellow car. That's the car that I was in last year. He's in P14. Darnell is not far behind his brother. In fact, he'll be directly behind his brother on the grid in P16. As I say, Scopes in P17. Baggy in P15. So it's quite funny to see all those 3 really close to each other. Southerners, Baggy and Darnell, they're all close, really close in person. McEwen is in P18, so a tough showing for the MP Motorsport boys. They're going to be 18th and 16th on the grid, so clearly not too good for them. Sem is in P19, and then Rockomad, just coming up to the back of the field now, is going to be in P20. I'm trying to figure out whose car that would have been. That wouldn't have been Sean Galeo's car, I'm not quite sure. But here we go. So it will be Zydrad. Starting us off, we'll do position change just for the start, for the first couple of laps, so we can see who has just the start.
We got 2 DQs on the... Oh, never mind, they're back.
Yeah,
that was just a thing for me.
Safety car. Let's here we go. 5 red lights. And they are out for me a little bit before everybody else. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it hasn't happened again. And it looks like a very shocking start from Silly Bunny out of everyone. Zydrad gets away well from the lead, followed by Merckx, followed by Beast Assassin, and then Nicky and Silly Bunny are going side by side. I'm going to see if I can quite get up to them, which I do. Yeah, Nicky seems to have taken P3, and Race Roller is not far behind Silly Bunny, so a dreadful start for Bunny. There we go, they're coming through now. I should say he's actually down to P5, I do believe now, not P4. As I see 2 guys going side by side, that's Ham and JH. The top 2 from last time out, they're going to go side by side. Oh, Ham hits the back of his teammate. Oh, he's spun a little bit there by JH, but it seems that it's going to be 5. Looks like our stewards might have a little bit to do this weekend. But that's going to happen for all of them anyway. Ham will take... I thought it was Ham. It seems that actually he made the move on Race Roller. Ham had just overtaken his teammate, and Race Roller pretty much cuts the chicane there. and Liam is in P9. He's wanting that final points position. Of course, it's the top 8 rather than the top 10 in the sprint race. So it's very close between the top guys, and in fact the top 2, well, for me it said it was very close, but it seems they're not so. And Beast is right on the back of Merckx, so as long as he doesn't make a mistake under a VSC like he did last time, he could have a very solid podium finish here today. Good Beast. Scopes is in the pit. I wonder if he maybe picked up some damage.
Yeah, he did pick some damage in the hotel section.
There we go. So our
biggest
biggest
Liam's got 3-second time penalty
so far are Darnell and Baggy. Seems Smoke has had a bit of a horrid start, as well as Silly Bunny. So both of the Dams boys not doing too well. Merckx and Beast are going side by side. Merckx squeezes him out there. Beast with a lovely switch back, and it looks like they've come together.
What was that?
Ooh. They're going nose to tail. I wonder if Beast maybe picked up a little bit of damage there by Merckx coming across him. It's all fair in love and war. I think they're going to be alright. Yeah, it seems to be good. But Ham and Bunny are very close as well as they come through the tunnel. In fact, it looks like they're ghosting through each other. There's so much to say as Beast and Merckx continue to go side by side. Beast is forced out to go across the curbs, which means Nicky is there as well. As Beast a bit of oversteer there, almost put Nicky into the wall. And Ham has got the move done on Silly Bunny, so it's down to Ham's teammate to do the same again now. This JH seems to have had a bit of a problem. Was he the one that hit the wall?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone hit the wall. And when I say hit the wall,
like
I mean they
square. He hasn't got much of a front wing left.
Yeah, they
hit
it square on.
He comes into the pits.
Yeah, probably.
So that's horrid because he seemed to have some good pace, and of course after the win in the last race. But it looked like he was coming close with Ham and Silly Bunny. Maybe he just had a bit of a coming together with one of the two of them. Maybe Race Roller might be one of the three.
Surprised there's not been a VSD
in
yet.
that point position. Yeah,
to be honest, with some of the incidents that have unfolded so far with the wall.
Oh, Silly Bunny's just hit the back of Ham a little bit, it seems, as he picks up the purple first sector. It's lap 3 of the 15. And everyone's so close together, not surprised. Sorry?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's hard to tell. Everyone is just so compact right now. There's a bit of a gap from Liam
Other than
to me, but
what isn't exactly a shock, but Zydrad is 4 seconds out on his front already. Merckx has came under a bit of pressure from Beast early on in the second and third lap, because it seems Beast is coming back to him now. So Zydrad has just managed to shoot away, so as long as he doesn't make any mistakes, he did make a couple beforehand, it seems that it's just going to be good for him. It seems Sem has just made it past Crafty's Jester, and yeah, again, these top guys all are just pushing through, and it's, yeah, as you say, they're all nose to tail pretty much until, at least definitely until Liam in P8, so it's pretty much the remainder of the points, as that Silly Bunny's just a little bit far behind.
Everything to play for everyone.
I think he might have a bit of damage, Mike Bunny, because I definitely saw him hit the back of Ham on the last lap. Could that be a bit of end plate damage? It's quite hard to tell, really.
Baggy took it a bit, turned into turn 1, and then just thought, you know what, there's no way I'm going nowhere with that wall, and it's taken some of his front wing off.
Oh, the top 2. Oh, that's close there. Beast and Merckx pretty much gone. So, Merckx and Beast have come together badly as well. Beast has gone down from P2 to P9. Merckx has picked up a penalty for a severe collision with him. I just about clipped it. I shouldn't say clip it. Just about put it together. I saw them going side by side, and they seem to do really well to go side by side. But that's cost both of them a lot of positions. Beast is now down to 10th. I don't know if he's got any damage. He looks like he's okay with damage.
He just hits the rear end of Hamdad's car there, and almost stunned. So it wasn't for Ham's reactions there. Sorry. That could have been a disaster.
Yeah, I think Sem just had a bit of a problem. Maybe just hit the wall, maybe on the exit of what seems to be the first chicane just coming out of the tunnel, I think it was. But yeah, so now Zydrad has even a bigger lead out in front. In fact, it's now 7 seconds after Merckx and Beast coming together.
He is
I'm absolutely gutted for the pair of them, because they haven't been the luckiest this season in either F2 or F1. And it seems to continue to happen as they come together. just on the run down to the hairpin, as
Just
as we
got to
watch
say,
Ham and Jam do. Sorry, Ham and Nicky.
I just gotta say, if Sidra keeps his pace up through the rest of the race, right, he may as well just get a coffee, put his feet up, and just relax, because that's that kind of pace is wild. It would take a massive crash or some kind of disaster enough for his race to, really take a bad turn. But
Yeah, anything can happen. It is Monaco after all, so we could shockingly see him maybe just hitting a barrier at some point that we're not expecting it. Anything can happen. But,
it's definitely
Zydrad is one of the quickest drivers, as we were saying, one of the quickest F2 drivers in the world. And when he knows how to do these cars, he knows how they all work, and he'll be looking to continue that pace throughout the weekend, I'm sure. As Beast has pitted, so maybe he had a bit of wing damage. We're not maybe. Looks like they are replacing his wing. As
he's going for
Johnny is backed up a little bit.
Oh, he's there.
Race roller's gone round. Just picked out as it seems him and Bunny have come together.
Thank the Lord for Ghost, that's all I'm going to say, because if it was
that
Ghost,
looks like
that
it could have been a bit interesting.
Huge.
I just come on board with Race Roller, and he's backwards around the track. I see him spin round and go through Silly Bunny, and then he has the other three guys just coming through. So Merckx takes P4. Liam has had a great start to the race, it's fair to say. He's because you could say still start in the top 6 positions. He's up to P5. And we said that he had a solid start, and that's exactly what happens. Then you've got a good start and stay where you are. As Liam in fact goes past Merckx, it seems Merckx had a shocking exit there, just as a riding board with Wiggy. As Race Roller picks up a bit of a slide, and Liam actually picks up a penalty just after overtaking Merckx. But
Race Roller just picked them out as well.
Seemed like a very good move. Maybe Merckx just had a bit of a slide coming out of that chicane. As we see, Beast pitted, and he's down to P17, so he's running P2 just for a very split second before he came over. Came together.
There is a huge train coming up.
Yeah.
The hill from turn 1.
Yeah, you could say that spans all the way back to Southerners, couldn't you say?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Too wide going into. Oh, yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, and there's another yellow flag, and I believe that Sem has come round again. Yeah, it looks like he's very close to. He's hit the wall.
Safety car this time.
That's a full safety car. That's massive.
That is going to be huge. Slower.
Yeah, we've just seen it seems like he's had a bit of a slight problem coming out of what was it's the left-hander. It seems like he's just got a bit of oversteer and oversteered into the wall. It's not great. Could we perhaps see some pit stops? Maybe we're looking for Liam might pit as he's on the super softs.
We're getting some information that apparently Silly Bunny is having some connection issues.
So that might have been the course of his crash with Race Roller then. There's Merckx pits as well as Liam.
Yeah,
fourth
not sure
and fifth
whether you want to just have a little our chat on Facebook.
Yeah, I can have a look and see it. I haven't really ridden on board with him too much, to be fair. We can have a look as safety car it is, and Zydrad stays. Of course he'll be in the lead, but that 7-8 second gap that he had, it didn't seem like it was coming down a bit, and Ham was closing in. Maybe, as you said, he was just putting his feet up, having a little bit of a relax. I don't think he's got any damage or anything. So yeah, as I say, by the time the safety car had come out, it was back down to about 4 or 5 seconds. So yeah.
And this is the first time I've seen the safety car out at Monaco, so it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be the last time I see it this week. So
yeah.
Well,
we knew it was going to come out at some point. It's never really a race around Monaco if we don't have a safety car, really, is it? So
no.
It's a shock, to be fair, that it's taken us this long to get one, more than anything, I think. I mean, we're nearing to the end of the weekend, and yes, I should say the week of, I guess you could say the first night, but the F2 weekend, so to speak. The hypothetical weekend, we'll say that.
Yeah. We'll go with that one.
But yeah, it's taken us this long, and you wouldn't expect it to be in the second half of the very last race that we got it. We would have definitely expected one in there. We had 21 laps. We only had a virtual safety car. There's race roller pits now as well, so I think he'll probably be demoted out of the points, and we'll see where just he comes out. It looks like he's still coming around as some of the guys are trying to catch up. Yeah, Liam's out of the back up to P9, so he's going to be close to the points as Rockamad takes the final points position.
Turn 1 on restart is going to be so interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it'd be definitely worth having a look.
From Zydrad straight down to, well, everyone really.
Yeah, everyone's got a chance now. The best good thing about the safety car is literally anything, everything that you could have thought of has happened. As Baggy picks up a penalty under the safety car.
Oh, if we got a car stopped. Oh no, he's just slowing down to warm up his tyres. Looked like he stopped for a second.
I see what you mean. It looked like Silly Bunny is...
Yeah, it was... Rockmad looked like he stopped. I was like, huh? The illusion from the camera.
Maybe. We'll see. Has he got any damage? No, he looks all good. So that's always good. Yeah, we like to see... we like to see cars in full healthy condition rather than bits flying off of them and being all over the place. So apparently, Rockamad is an AI car, and he's...
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that's kind of mad. We'll see if we ride on board. Oh, so he is, yeah. He's disconnected from the race.
Yeah. Didn't even see he left.
So he must have. I'd assume he has.
Yeah, but
I don't think I saw anything
normally it says when someone leaves. I've not seen anything.
Yeah, neither. So that's interesting. I'd expect that we might get the safety car in at the end of this lap. I'd like to think that hopefully Baggy and Crafty can catch back up. But I'd like to. Normally they wait until everyone's back up, don't they?
Yeah.
But I'm sure Zydrad's slowly getting more and more fed up as I'm sure he's probably getting more and more fed up as he sits behind the safety car. He's just waiting to get going. He needs to get that lead back that he had beforehand.
There's nothing worse than sitting behind the safety car, man. There really ain't. I hate
JH has hit the back of Bunny. Looks like for some reason they're going side by side under the safety car. JH has picked up a 5-second penalty. I'm not quite sure what the reason is. And Rockamad, has just stopped. His AI has just stopped going through the hairpin. So that's him losing a lot of positions, even if it's an AI car. But it's still not great. But JH, I don't know what happened between him and Bunny, but it says that he got it for a severe collision with him. So clearly something.
My only reaction to that is, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw anything, and yeah, again, they're going side by side there, and Silly Bunny's now got a 5-second penalty to repay the favour, so to speak. And I can confirm, safety car's coming in. So we'll ride on board. Bennett's got a collision with Liam now. Everyone's getting collisions. That's not great to see. It seems Silly Bunny and JH can't make out to decide who's supposed to be in front of the other, so they're getting penalties all over the shop. Merckx has picked up a penalty as well. As we get underway, Zydrad gets us going, and he clocks out, a little bit of a gap, as Baggy is the only driver left to kind of join the back of the field. But Zydrad gets us away nice and well, it seems. Doesn't look like there's too many problems going into turn 1, which is always good to see.
Everyone makes it through turn 1 pretty well.
Well, congratulations, I guess you could say to everyone for that. More than anything, you've made it to the next level. That is the rest of the race, the final 4-5 laps, however many it is. Yeah.
Should have get past the whole town now without hitting anyone. Oh my goodness, in this contact.
Bennett goes for a big lunge on Liam into the hairpin. They continue to go side by side as well throughout the very tight section of the track. and it looks like Bunny and Rockamad have had. Well, I wouldn't say coming together because Rockamad is ghosting, but Bunny's. As I've just got him to reset the track
Yellow
as well,
flag,
so that's
sector 2.
even worse. So that's Bunny well and truly done for, really. There, I've managed to catch him resetting the track, which is probably the worst thing you could have thought of. But Ham is right on the back of Zydrad. We have the rule that you're not allowed to reset to the track, and the fact he's done it. And Ham is right here. He's riding on board with him. He's going for it. The number 3 ART car, of course, his reserve driver this weekend. He seemed to he was a bit rusty in from his qualifying lap, but he's getting to grips with the car very nicely. Of course, he lost the championship last year in last season at Abu Dhabi. He pretty much had it in the bag. Well, not in the bag, but he had it. He was at the top of it pretty much throughout the season. And that podium seems to be set in stone unless we have any penalties or incidents. Anything can happen, as we say. It is Monaco after all.
So far, 12 laps in, I would have to say, if you asked me at this point for my driver of the day, it would have to be Darnell. Just
looking at it, he after his coming together, P5, stayed out of trouble. You look up 11 positions. Wow, Wiggy's had another very solid showing as well. Ham, after finishing P2 in the first race, he's now P2 again in this race, so a very solid showing from him as well. But yeah, I've got to admit, at the minute, unless he makes any stupid mistakes, which, knowing Darnell, it can happen, if I'm being brutally honest, but he's a very good driver, so we could see, we'll see if the commentator's curse comes and strikes yet again. As we say, we have the commentator's curse and we have the admin's advantage, as I made up for the Twitter. Oh, we've had a few collisions, and it looks like Bennett has gone round. Maybe it seems like he had a bit of a coming together in Raskas. I reckon he maybe thrown for a lunge. He probably shouldn't have. And I want to say it was on one of like Liam, probably around that Liam Southerner's margin. Not good to see. But I don't know who to focus on. There's so many cars that are close on track. Yeah. Rockamad has just overtaken both Crafty and JH. They've come together at turn 1. Yeah. Crafty and JH have come together. The Charoux and the Campos. So for the sprint race winner, but that doesn't make sense. Just the sprint race winner, that makes much more sense. Love to see a bit of dyslexia kicking in. We'd love to see it. Oh, my PC is running low as well, so even better. Everything's happening all at once. Anyway, he won the sprint race and he's had a torrid time in the feature race, it's fair to say. The fact that he got pole really did help him out. We've got some more yellow flags. I can't really tell where it was. I'm assuming that might have just been around where there's just so many cars and it's so congested.
3 it was. The last corner.
Set to 1 and Silly Bunny is out. Has he crashed?
I think he was tired.
Like he might have. He's definitely crashed, but I don't know whether that might be an on-purpose one. But, I don't
here comes the battle. Here it comes.
Yeah, it's a massive battle, and they've come in and they've got his car just there. As Ham will go around the outside. Will he try it at Casino Square? He will. He's going to continue to have it. Up the inside he will have for this turn. And they continue to go side by side. You can see why they're in elite. 2 of the top drivers we have in the league overall. There's Zydras at the wall.
No way!
He's gone way too deep into the corner and he's hit the wall. Oh, gutted to see. He will have a lot of wing damage there as well. And Ham will take the lead no matter what now. And Nicky's taken P2. So good news for both of them. Oof. But very unfortunate for Zydrad. I didn't quite just... It's just so hard to go side by side around Monaco. It really is. And he will have picked up a bit of damage from that. Most definitely. Yeah, he's got end plate damage on the left side. So that's not too much of a shock. But torrid to see that for Zydrad. He was my teammate in a distant teammate. We were quite close, but it's unfortunate to see. For Zydrad. So Liam is right on the back of Smoke. Those two are very close as well. And could we perhaps see a move there? Of course, he's newly appointed head admin for for Division 1. Yeah, he took over my role after I was moved down to Div congratulations to Liam on that appointment. I think everyone saw it coming, but he's class top lad, and Wiggy is just overtaken Zydrad into Casino Square. So a very good move there from Wiggy. I think I'm expecting big things from Wiggy this for the remainder of this season. In fact, we're on the final lap of the race, which I've only just noted.
It has flown by.
Yeah, but
being entertaining
really
race
has,
this
and they're
summer, so
catching up.
you can't even take your eyes off it. So not even watch the lap times. We've been so in just been
That
given
happens a lot,
some
and
great
I
racing.
know, especially when you really get synced into things, just suddenly you realise you're so close to the end. I know. I remember doing the Spain race the other day. I wasn't looking at the laps, and I was just focusing on lap times. I probably started focusing at like lap 10, and suddenly we were on like lap 28, and I was like, "Where's this come from?" I wasn't expecting it at all. But it seems Beast has had a little bit of a kerfuffle there with Race Roller. But here comes Ham and Nicky, very close together, and it looks like they will be taking the 1 and the 2 on the podium. Ham will take the win on track. Nicky will come through in P2. Wiggy will eventually take P3. I saw a bit of a spin, but I believe that's for Crafty. Wiggy will take P3. Zydrad will take it instead. He'll take the final podium. And Smoke has done very well to get himself into P4 with the under penalties, so no penalties for him. Southern will take P6. Wiggy's down to P5 after getting on podium on track. McEwen will get P7. Darnell will round off the points. So after we said that they had a torrid first race, the 2 MP Motorsport drivers have come through and got P7 and 8. So of course Darnell's gone down to P8. So any more thought? Would you still consider him driver of the day?
I think he was just unlucky in penalties, to be honest. I mean, he still showed a strong race, and if he never had any penalties, he would have finished 11 places up. So I can't take that away from him. I mean, if you wanted my honest opinion, Southern has played a strong race. McKeon for 18th in the grid.
So all 3 of them all had tremendous races, really, didn't they? It must be said. As we see, Ham celebrating with Zydrad and with that is no, it's not Wiggy. Who is the one he's celebrating with? Nicky, of course it is. He's of course it's in a Renault suit. So that was in Hubert's car, of course, on the week of the anniversary of his death. So congratulations to the top 3, and I'd assume we'd have some interviews, which I believe will be the top 3 overall on the race weekend, and you'll be able to find that, and you can invite them. I can't remember. You find it in the standings somewhere. I try to remember in the results. It'll be there.
Got him.
So I'm pretty sure Ham will be top after a P1 and a P2. So a very, very solid weekend from him. You could even put a shout in for Ham for possibly for driver of the day, but it seems Darnell will have it. So JH and Darnell are 2 driver of the days from the 2 races. They both had very solid races. So congratulations to both of them. As I didn't get to see the standings.
Or did I?
I just realised that. Well, that's rubbish. How should we do this? Should we just have a... I reckon we should get Ham in it. I think
Nicky, Ham in here.
I think is
get Nicky, and we'll take... It'll be interesting to see what Zydrad's got to say about
but
end to that race.
We really got to do the top 3. I don't know who the top 3 were, though, so it makes it really hard. Was it maybe Wiggy? I reckon Wiggy could have got it.
Wiggy wasn't top 3.
I don't know.
We
could just do the 2 of them. Mercs, I can't remember. I'm trying to think who the other one was. Oh, this is... Why? Where is the standings gone? We would have been so much nicer if we just had the standings.
People didn't leave.
Right.
Ham Jam won, didn't he?
I don't know what to do. Definitely Ham and Nicky. They both had very solid races.
Where's Nicky?
Should we just interview just the 2 of them? Because we can't find out who the third one was. Oh dear, this is not great. Well, that's not good to see. Let's get the cars up on the screen for the interviews. Oh dear, well that's really pants, isn't it? That we can't get.
It didn't even show me the standards at the end. It just loaded and finished into the lobby to show what that's about.
Oh well, we'll just do it with the drivers that we've got, as the ones that we were certain with.
It'll be JH, I'm pretty sure.
Oh well, yeah, that's a good idea. We can get JH in here. I don't know if he has a mic, but we can definitely get him in. Do you fancy doing some interviews then, Jord?
Yeah, I'll take the first. So, what are your thoughts on that whole race, Guy, on your performance?
Well, my first podium in F2, I'm happy, but I think I could do better here because this is my strongest track in the calendar, so a little bit disappointed, but I'll take this.
I mean, you did pretty well, mate, in all fairness. It was, Monaco is a tough track for everyone, so I wouldn't beat yourself up, but it was good racing. It was a few, virtual safety cars and then one safety car, so, you were not too bad, man.
Yeah, it was okay. Ham ruined my wins. He took my win, so...
Well done for your race, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, and thank you, Nikki, and congratulations on a very solid weekend. And Ham, I mean, you've come in for this race only. You only found out today that you were going to be in the race, and you've done really well. And you're most definitely going to be the top driver of the weekend after P2 in the sprint in the feature race, and you come through to win the second, the sprint race from P7 on the grid. So talk us through your two races, how you feel you went.
Yeah, cheers, boys. I wasn't really expecting a lot. I mean, I literally got told like 15 minutes before the lobby opened, so I just quickly grabbed a setup, managed to get in about half a lap of practice, and I think quali kind of summed it up really, that I wasn't really prepared, especially on a track that's obviously so favourable to the wheel. Although having said that, I think I picked it up pretty quickly. Made some pretty nice moves in both races, as well as I got a really good undercut in the feature. I felt like I had pretty decent pace, but JH was also really quick as well in the feature. Then in the sprint got a really nice start, made a few more pretty nice moves, and then just put Zydrad under a bit of pressure going side by side through the first sector. I didn't want it to end like that, but I think just forced him into the mistake, and just took it home from there.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know much else to say. You summed it up perfectly, really. And as you were saying, I want to say you were bottom half of the grid after quality, weren't you? It was still a very. Very good performance.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We're still mid pack, and to come through and get P2 in the feature race was pretty good. I mean, we had a lot of virtual safety cars, didn't we? After that, and it took us a long time to get the first safety car. So, what's your predictions for the weekend ahead, really?
Well, I don't know. It depends whether I'll be driving or not. I mean, kind of drops out of the F2 of commitments, stuff like that. But I mean, I still enjoy driving it. Really enjoyed tonight. I think I would have enjoyed it regardless of where I'd finished. But yeah, I think if I drive again next week, I'll hopefully get a bit more practice in maybe, and hopefully be fine up there again.
Yeah, well, good luck. Well, thank you, and congratulations to both of you, and good luck for the weekend ahead, of course.
Yes,
cheers, guys.
Congrats.
Your new drive
Thanks,
for this race, and of course you say it's one of your strongest tracks, so we'll be expecting stuff from you tomorrow night. And as I was saying, you can join us tomorrow night for Division 1 at 9 p.m, and we've got Division 2 on Saturday at 6. Division 3 on Saturday as well at 9, just following that as well. And then, of course, we finish off the weekend with Elite at 7 o'clock, I should say, on Sunday. Thank you from myself, and thank you for George for commentating alongside me tonight.
Welcome. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you everyone, and we've been SLR. Good night.